all of a sudden she says, and she says it like she's singing on a cliff with her hair flying behind her. She says, "Your hair is beautiful tonight." Hi, CBC Music, this is Neko Case, and here are 5 songs that changed my life.
Love is like a rambling road.
The first song I want to talk about is a song called Love is Like a Ramblin' Rose by Ted Taylor. I got the song on a compilation made for me by my friend Jim Sangster, and I've never heard a song more rock and roll ever. It delivers on all fronts, the singing, the guitar playing, the feeling, the emotion, the silliness, the party atmosphere. If I feel like cheering myself up, that's the first song I reach for. It's just one of those rock and roll songs that set the bar really, really, really high. Even though it seems like an on the surface kind of party song, but it's really something else. Another song that changed my life was Atomic by Blondie, which is kind of maybe a lesser known hit, if it ever was a hit by Blondie, but it's just one of those odd, sort of out of left field kind of songs. I liked Blondie for a long time, but around 4th grade, I bought a copy of The Best of Blondie because I like Blondie a lot, and I thought, well, I could get all the songs I like, you know, the reasoning, but there was something about Atomic that was really different and seemed very adult to me. Lyrically, I don't really know what she's talking about as a 4th grader. During that time, it was the Cold War, and we, as children, thought we were gonna die any minute and had to do getting under the desk drills, etc. There was something about Blondie singing about the word or the concept of atomic, and then all of a sudden she says, and she says it like she's singing on a cliff with her hair flying behind her, she says, "Your hair is beautiful tonight." It gave me these incredible stabs of emotion that I realized, okay, these are like adult feelings. I don't understand them, but I like it. The next song is called The South Will Never Rise Again by a band from DC called the Demonas. The South Will Never Rise Again is perhaps one of the greatest protest songs I have ever heard in my life. To the point where it's really funny, and when the funny parts happen, I bawl my eyes out for the sentiments. And to hear a man say, "The South will never rise again. You know, you can kill us with your Dixie submarines. The South will never rise again." It is the song we need, and it's a perfect song. They're one of the bands right now who are not afraid of the Trump administration. It's like right now is kind of like, where have all the punks gone? They are punk as you can get, and they make me feel so much better. They're willing to sing about Black power, misogyny, you know, LGBTQ rights. They are there, and they are at the front, and they are so beautiful. And they are the perfect representation of what a better future looks like. The next song is The Forest is Crying by Trio Bulgarka, and it is the first time I heard the voice of Janka Rupkina, who I think is my favorite singer in the world. She has a voice that is an emergency, and along with the other 2 singers, they make a sound that make you look up from whatever you're doing. It's like a siren. They're not worried about being pretty. It was the first place that I ever heard sounds that to me sounded like my own voice. I am an Eastern European settler. My family are from somewhere in Ukraine. You know, when they came here, they did the thing that a lot of people do when they came to America at that time, where they basically committed cultural suicide. They said, we are not those people anymore, we don't speak the language, we don't talk about it. And so ostensibly what happens is you have no connection to your ancestors. And it makes people really unhappy, I think. I think that's a lot of problems with people now. We need our instincts and we need our ancestors, I think. When I heard these voices of these women, I thought, that's what my voice was supposed to do. Because my voice is neither pretty nor really strong, but it's really nasal. I think that record made me feel not so weird or different, took away some anxiety, and made me feel a little smaller and more comfortable somehow. The song Bed Caves by Danielle Dax really blew my world open. I received it on a mixtape. It's not well known, I don't believe, but Danielle Dax is very underappreciated, especially when we're talking about producers, and specifically women who are producers, because there's not a lot known pre 2000 really. The song is truly bizarre, and she sings a lot of it in falsetto, and then she goes down to a kind of a guttural sound. I thought that was very interesting because all the women I heard up to that point were very interested in making sure that their voices were pretty. They weren't really using their voices as characters. There were other women like Kulthum of Egypt who sang in many, many different ranges, and Ima Sumac, who I think she had like a 5-octave range voice, and Nina Hagen is a really big example of women who do not keep their voices in this beautiful place. And I've never seen the question asked, and I've never heard people talk about it. Why do women tend to go toward this one thing, whereas our voices do all kinds of things? And so I've been fascinated by it for a long time, and I think Danielle Dax was definitely one of the people who opened my eyes, if not the first.